Hello, Madam
Hi.
Mani. I don't call you as ma'am. I'll call you as a sister. Since we know each
Sure.
other last 20 years, so I'll call you as a sister. Sister, tell us about yourself so that people can understand where are you
Okay.
from, how did you start your life.
My name is Umasree and I'm a senior IT professional working for the last 25 plus years in IT and have been also a blogger, poet, a published author,
Okay,
and a social activist, and
okay,
uh, well balanced with a beautiful family,
okay.
uh, and also love traveling and writing lots and lots of poetry. And thank you, Kishore, for inviting on this show. It's so happy to be here because it feels like
Yeah,
a family
family,
talk,
correct.
and
Yeah.
really looking forward.
Thank you so much, sister, for coming here. Well, sister, apart from this, you're also supporting for Evit and some charities also, right? So, small
So,
brief about that.
yes, in fact, charity begins at home. So it was like, as a child itself, there were like lot of support that I have seen my dad doing, and when I had the opportunity, I realized that. Uh, 5 days we struggle and survive for our bread and butter.
Okay.
Why not one day we give back to the society? So
Okay.
that's when my weekends we started spending time on social work.
Mm.
And Evit is a body of women professionals, senior professionals in IT and ITES sector, and this was started many years ago as part of
Okay.
diversity arm of STPI,
Okay.
and then it became an individual non-profit organization by itself. IVIT is a non-profit organization which started way back by senior women professionals in IT and ITES sector, primarily to cater to the requirements of women working in the information technology space. Because at that time when IVIT started in 2006, we did not have diversity related committees or
Committees.
support system in the organizations.
Okay.
So what happened at that time is uh, STPI powered this particular event to come up, and
Okay.
later on it became its own organization.
Okay.
And today they support work-life balance initiatives, POSH support, training on upskilling and
Upskilling.
reskilling of new technologies, then conducting seminars and workshops, pure networking for women leaders, because there's nothing like once you climb the corporate ladder, you
Correct.
see that you become very limited women in the top. So you tend to not have friends and fellowship that regularly required to keep you pepped up. So EVIT offers the networking opportunities, connecting and hand holding each other in times of need and all that. And Vapas initiative basically for people, women who go on sabbatical and want to come back after a career break.
Okay.
Women used to find EVIT as a platform to support other women and encourage so that they can sustain in the corporate world.
That's a very great initiative. So, how many people are there in that? At this?
Right now we have 60 life members, and we used to have a lot of colleges and corporates,
Okay.
but I think in the last 4 to 5 years we see a very different shift where companies started having their own HR diversity initiatives.
Okay.
So the need for EVIT has slowly come down. So we started focusing on innovation, we started focusing on entrepreneurship, and also focusing on networking for women leaders,
Yeah.
because we found that that is a much more need, and we encourage startups and small scale
Okay.
businesses for women. So I think
It's a
if it's
purely woman empowerment.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So EVIT 2.0 started its focus with innovation, entrepreneurship, and leadership networking.
Oh, that's amazing, actually.
Thank you.
Good. And coming to this charity, right? You told us that you have started this charity. So, what? How many charities you have
So
now in
I
this?
have been associated with quite a few NGOs
NGOs.
as volunteers. Me and my husband, we contribute whenever there is a need. We just try to help them.
Okay.
It all started with Sevai Karangal, where we used to take children on social treks
Social tracks. Okay.
from homes as part of Chennai
That is
Trekking
superb,
Club way
actually.
back in 2013-14, and later on. Uh, through Seve Karangal, I started getting introduced to many other NGOs like Idevasal, Saha Illam. We realized at one point we wanted to do away with old age homes. We felt like there should not be old age homes, but we also understood that
Okay.
family dynamics are changing and old age homes are the only solace for many, so why not at least support them. And then I started working closely with the child home, and very recently, last 4 years, I've been part of child home as one of the trustees, supporting there are children stigmatized with HIV who are 22 boys residential, and more than 90 children are getting educated through child home, and we have been supporting them. And so my weekends mostly you can catch me on the field
Okay.
doing all this.
So only weekend you are spending with the charities and
Yes,
other
yes.
things. Okay.
Other days it's regular office grind and
Yeah,
taking
correct.
care of your family. So it's
Since
like
we are into IT,
yes, yes. You know
you
the
don't know what is going to happen.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good, sis. And how do you maintain your work-life balance? Like, because you are doing charitable trust, you are supporting Evit, and you are also working. At the same time, you need to take care of your husband, kids, and as well as family, right?
I think initially I also, like every other woman, I had a very stressful and struggle, I would say.
Correct.
But later on, at one point, I realized I need two things very important. One is prioritizing, and the other one is to organize yourself. Once you organize the first 15 minutes of your day, you list out what all you can do that day, and you prioritize which is important, like paying an electricity bill. If you can't avoid that
Correct.
day, you have to.
Yeah.
If you have to let your daughter do your school homework, you have to.
They have to.
But
Correct.
if there are some things like shopping or attending something, which you can postpone, you can postpone. So every day organizing and prioritizing became important,
Yeah.
and also to strike a very balance between your personal life and professional life became important, because in the running of day to day work, you tend to personal space completely ignore it, and one day an alarm bell rings. That's when you get to hit, okay, I'm hitting 40 and I'm like, what is that I have
Correct.
achieved? Looking back, you will be in your middle management career, and then your kids will be in demanding
Correct.
teenage, and your parents will be sick and wanting attention. So with all this, you tend to put your personal life into the back seat,
Correct.
and that happened to me also. But I think I understood where I need to fix. I immediately did, just like how we do war room
War rooms.
discussions to fix issues in
Correct.
office. I had to do that in my personal life also.
Okay.
So that's become
That's war room
important.
with the husband.
A war room with
That's
husband. Poor
second.
guy. I don't. He doesn't fight, so I don't have a choice there.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
So it's more like me fighting with my own punch back.
Punch bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So you make all the the daily routine things as a calendar. How we make block our calendars in our
yes,
professional
I
life.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of planning that goes on, especially as a woman, when you have to focus on four things. These four things are very important, not just for a woman, but any human being for that matter. The first and foremost, I think, is your physical wellness.
Correct.
In our IT space, what we neglect is eating on time,
No.
sleeping on time, and
Correct.
sleeping abundantly.
Correct.
And the last thing that we do is exercise or yoga. We are all uh, happy couch potatoes.
90% are not spending these things.
Yes, we just
Nobody is following
we
it.
just don't follow.
Correct.
So what happens is, when I also started hitting my early 40s, and I realized, like, oh no, I'm getting into diabetic mode. I'm getting into on and off falling sick. That is affecting my productivity at home, at office. How am I going to fix? That's when I realized I have to cook all my meals, proper meals. We pack something and rush in the morning,
Correct.
but I started paying attention to what goes into the food that I pack or eat.
Okay.
And I started ensuring I sleep. Even if I sleep late, I ensure I have 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Then 10 minutes of morning meditation, 10 minutes of evening meditation, just to calm yourself down. It was very important. And then walking. If you can't go out, you just walk within the house or around the compound, jog in the same space for 3 minutes. Take a 20-minute break. After 20 minutes of work, take a break, go pick yourself water, use the washroom on the other side of the office,
Okay.
so that you tend to walk. All the small things I started doing,
Okay.
so that I am able to survive. And
That's amazing solution. In fact.
yeah, there's small things. We
Yeah.
can't fix big things like going to gym, working
Correct.
1 hour in the
That is
morning,
after 40, it is very difficult.
and we don't get that space or
Space
time.
also.
So this was helping. Second is mental health. At one point, I realized that taking too much of stress at work or at home, being angry, I was very angry. I was like, fall of the hat, I used to get frustrated.
Because of stress.
Yeah, because of stress, and I used to cry a lot. Then I realized it's okay to cry, but you get up, wipe your
Yep.
face, show up, do your job, wear your lipstick, brighten up your face, and just go. So your mental health started mattering. So I started looking at my spiritual inner self, asking myself questions like what I need to do. என்ன பண்ணா நான் ஹாப்பியாக இருப்பேன். My happiness started to matter to me,
Correct.
not for anybody else. I think we women generally forget that. And once in a while, it's important to sit quietly. For a person who's been very talkative, to sit in silence for 30 minutes is a challenge. But once you are able to calm your mind and do that, I think you will realize what is important, what is not important for you. And then going out, traveling, going to spending time in a garden, planting
with
trees,
friends or
yeah, with friends, talking out what you're feeling, your
Correct.
frustrations, sharing emotions, listening to people.
Correct.
All this started helping me balance my mental health. When both of this were coming together, that's when I realized there are two more wellness aspects that are important.
Okay.
So one is the financial wellness.
Okay.
Once we start earning, we don't really think about long term investment, insurance, or we don't think on bucketing our eggs in different
Correct.
buckets. So but at the time of 40, you realize that, oh, your child is going to come to college, your health also, healthcare is very expensive. Your retirement life is in no time going to your mid of your career.
Correct.
So I think my advice for most of the youngsters is 25% of your earning from the day one, if you start thinking is not mine, and put in a proper investment and insurance, that will go into creating a good corpus that will help you in your middle
At
age.
the age of
Yeah, at
even-
the age of 40 or
Yeah.
50, for your goals. Basically, I tell all my mentees that you have to have short term goals, like
Oh, no.
passing exam
Correct.
well and all that. Long term goals
Long-term
is
goals.
helping your parents build a house, buy yourself the first vehicle.
Correct.
All that is
It's a long term goals. Yeah.
long term goals. So it's for a middle class family, the goals still are the same,
Correct.
like getting a car, getting a house,
So everything is in a goal. Like,
yeah,
for
it's
a
a
middle
goal.
class, yeah.
So for them, from the survival point to from needs to luxuries, necessities, I think everything needs a proper financial planning, and you have to budget your so please don't spend more than what you can afford.
Correct.
Because in my office, when I see around, every person has EMIs. That is a huge financial burden. We all started like
Correct.
that.
Correct. It's 90% of the people. People will depend on EMIs.
EMIs.
because- yeah.
But go for loans and EMIs only to the extent that you can chew. Don't go for luxuries because your friends are doing it. Don't go on something and compare yourself with the others. You
That's
never know what is the depth of their loan or depth of the financial struggle they are having. So follow what is viable for you, plan yourself, and it's very important that once you are financially self sufficient, ensure every girl child is educated and employed. uh, the biggest gift that I think we can give for our children is education.
Correct.
So invest in their education, help them grow and sustain. So this is what I feel is more important.
That's very, very important, in fact. And the way you are mentioning about women's right. Normally, see, women's always, they will think about their children. They'll think about their husband, their parents, what to do in a daily routine life. Uh, Again, working in a company. So how to manage that? Because they always, when we're talking each other, also, for example, she will think something else. So that how to come out of that, how to, like you told us, right, you have to plan like this, and this kind of a situation, how to they need to come out of
I
that.
think the fourth point I was talking
Yeah,
about is social wellness. Every woman should have that me space, which is very important. You have your own set of friends.
correct.
I am lucky that I have a group of friends whom I can love to catch up,
Catch up.
share everything,
Correct.
talk everything under the sun, and that brightens up. You won't be frustrated and you will have an outlet. So it's very important for a woman to focus on your family, focus on your career, but focus on your me time. I think self love is what matters.
That is always matters.
And what you love to do, what makes you happy, just go ahead and do it. Even if it means traveling or eating out once in a while, or even pampering yourself with buying your own gift for yourself. Don't expect somebody to do it. And then catching up with friends regularly, travel and do what hobbies that you couldn't pursue in your teenage or just after marriage, or that social thing is important. And at the same time, you digital presence is something that we are all having today. We can't do away with that.
Correct.
In fact, I love your social collage, the way you guys are expanding and
Thank you so much.
just penetrating into the market.
Correct.
That shows like the vibrancy that is required. The digital footprints matter, because tomorrow, everything and anything that we create is reflecting on our careers and everything. For example, even for your visa, people are looking at your social media handles, your LinkedIn
Correct.
profiles.
Correct.
So keep that clean. Keep your unnecessary, novel, revolutionary opinions calmer.
Correct.
Don't
You need to park aside.
yeah, park aside. Yes, don't put anything out of impulse. Don't react, respond. Showcase to the world what you're good at. It's all Instagram rosy is not life. Everybody only post what is good, what is very nice about them. The struggles and how much women go through to make a balance in career and life, that is the normalcy. So it's okay to talk if you're not feeling well. It's okay to seek support if you need a counselor. You go for therapy. I would admit that I there were times I had to go for therapy because
Okay.
I was confused, or rather I need somebody to listen to me, non-judgmental.
Correct.
And also, if required, take the psychology help. So all this has to be normalized. So if you want to go sit in a saloon, spend time, pamper yourself, don't feel guilty about it. it's
Correct.
it's okay. There are ladies who enjoy and
At the
make
saloons.
that a regular aspect, but
Correct.
I'm talking about women professionals who are lacking time. Make time for yourself, take smaller trips, go and enjoy, have an active social life, and that will definitely help you. Your festivals, your spiritual quest, everything gets fulfilled
Fulfilled.
once you are a happy. So again, it circles back. If your social well-being is good, your mental health
Mental health
stays
will be good.
intact.
Correct.
If your physical health is good, your productivity at
Productivity is
workplace will be good. So your physical health directly impacts your financial wellness. Otherwise, how much ever you earn, you will end up paying to the doctors.
Correct.
So I think all these four are like four pillars of life. So
Okay.
you should
Keep that in-
definitely keep that intact.
Super, super. And again, there are women like unmarried. I mean, completing college,
Hmm.
stepping into the career, right? So those kind of people, I have seen a lot of people. They were in always in stress and tension, and how to work, what will be our career goals, and all those things. For those kind of people, like women, so what kind of suggestions you can give?
I have been there.
Hmm.
I have raised a daughter who was there.
Hmm.
who is still there. So I would suggest, kindly do not postpone any life's major milestones.
Okay.
uh, just focus little bit of being organized, prioritizing, and what makes you happy, do it. In fact, when my daughter chose fashion as a career, I was literally lost as a mother. I had no clue what it is going to be, how it is going to be. I was also very apprehensive, like any other parent, pushing her to do engineering. I said,
Always engineering and medicine.
yeah,
Only two.
yeah. And I had my own fears as a parent, but I think she was very clear, and that clarity made her survive and step into a world of her own and make
Career,
today.
yeah.
So I would suggest, let the children, especially in the teenage, identify what they want to be, what they are good at. Don't force. If some child is not good at math, don't try to push the child in math to excel. If the child is good in English, push them to excel in English, and
Excellent.
that would help. If their passion is poetry or literature, encourage it. It's no
Correct.
wrong. And then tell them, don't postpone anything in life. There is a saying, அந்தந்த காலத்தில் அது நடந்ததா அழகு. It happens in life, just because we want to make a career, don't postpone marriage, don't postpone children. I have seen the younger generation in office who would have not thought of marriage for like 5-6 years, and by the time they are in late 20s, they will be struggling to get an alliance. And once they get married later, then to have a child, I have seen at least 2 to 3 out of 10 uh, youngsters struggling with fertility issues when they want to have a child.
Yeah.
So we all went through that.
Correct.
Life goes on.
Correct.
Unless and until you decide to be like totally no family life, then that's a different
That's a
story.
different story.
But if you want to understand that your professional and personal life has to go together hand in hand, uh, it will help both your family grow as well as your career also grow. You don't need to compromise on one thing for the other. The only thing is, you should know to align both and not pressurize your life. So I think it's very important.
Correct.
They know what they want. Focus on that. Put your 100% on whatever you do. It is not necessary that you do 100 things and 555% and you damage yourself.
Correct.
It's okay if you do even one thing. Multitasking we're all doing, but
Yeah.
one thing at a time is worth a time. So that one thing, give your 100% and focus. So children of this age, whoever is watching, I would suggest, plan, organize, prioritize, go with the flow, do what makes you happy. Not your parents, not your friends,
Anybody.
nothing.
Nothing. They reach
Only
their
do
own
what,
life.
yeah, only do what makes you happy, and I think that will eventually see success. Today, most of the successful entrepreneurs or creators, if you look at, they are the people who follow their heart
Correct.
and listen to their mind for
Heart and
judgment.
soul is ours.
Yes.
So we have to
yes,
follow that.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to follow your heart, listen to your mind. Your intuition will be 100% right most of the time. So follow what your intuition says is right.
Great, sister. So and so since last 25 to 30 years, so since you have started your career, your family life, again kids. So what did you learn last 25 years, 25 to 30 years, the entire 30 years of life, for example, assuming that?
Never give up.
Okay.
Never give up, because every situation, this too shall pass. Even don't get excited or too happy also. Keep it under control. It's a that too shall pass. So you have to be very calm. Don't give up when things are not right. The struggle will be there. If you look at anybody who is successful today, they would have burnt midnight oil, they would have had restless days, they would have sacrificed many a meal, they would have put everything in the back seat, but they would have not given up. So never give up.
Never give up. Yeah, that's always, we should never give up to at least whatever we are thinking, long term goals.
Right.
long-term
Absolutely.
goals as well as our vision and
Yes.
whatever our goal. So we have
It
to
is okay to be depressed. It's okay to be sad.
stress
It's
also.
okay to be a failure. It's okay to be rejected. But it's not okay to stop.
Stop.
No failure or no rejection should stop you. You just need to focus on, okay, if not this, what next? And what next? What makes me happy? Just, I think that is what makes you sleep with peace of mind at end of the day.
Correct.
And if you try to be a good human being, give what best you can give, I think people will remember you for what you are more than what you have achieved.
Correct. That is 100% true.
Yeah.
They will always remember what we have. We are.
Be kind and pay it forward.
Paid.
That's it.
Super. Good, sister. And I can always agree with whatever the points you are saying. And one point which I'm actually, when we were talking, I was remembering there are certain women who are working in the night shifts,
Hmm.
and working for other countries. And I've seen multiple people when I was talking to them. They were always, stressed, as well as they want to quit. At the same time, they don't know how to match these two things, because since you have worked many corporates, so is there any suggestion for them?
I also worked in night shifts. I think I worked across all time zones,
Okay.
and it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's
Correct.
the only thing is, if you're working East time zone is where I worked for more than 3 years. So day starts in the evening at 5 and ends at 2:33. There were times when I started my day working for Australia or other countries early in the morning at 6.
Okay.
So I had to start getting up at 4, finish cooking,
And
pack my
correct.
food, reach office by 6. There were
6.
days. So it happens. When you know what you are getting into, be mentally prepared. First thing is, you have to set up your ecosystem. In that ecosystem, first and foremost, identify your support system if you are having children. In my absence at home, who is going to take care of my child? In case of an emergency, in case of regular routine, first clear that up. Half your tension is gone. Second, look at your physical needs. All of us, especially women, tend to go through our cycles of changes, hormonal changes, everything. So you identify what is very important to maintain a normalcy in life. It's okay even if you're working 5 to 2:30. You come back home. Uh, I had to come back at 3 o'clock. Again, get up at 6. Get my daughter ready to school.
Correct.
Send, and after she's gone, I'll try to sleep. But postman will come, servant will come. Nobody will let you
Daytime we
sleep.
can't sleep at
Yeah,
all.
you can't sleep. So when there's so much of chaos, you have to first set up your ecosystem. Set boundaries. Tell your people, yes, I'm doing this, I'm bringing this money to the table, food to the table, I need rest, and this 5 to 6 hours do not disturb. It's okay that if they find pagalla thoongra, enna vela pandra, edo poitu vara, all that comments, don't fall for any of that. You just stay grounded, organize yourself. Whenever you have time, cut your vegetables and keep. Do your grocery shopping whenever you find time. Maintain your sleep at least for 6 hours. Eat food on time. There were times, when we used to go at 1 o'clock to the office canteen and try eating Maggie. Stop doing all that. Even if your time zones are different, try to maintain the regular food timings. Maybe morning before going to sleep, have a quick breakfast and sleep. I think once you set this cycle, everything will fall in place.
Fall
If
in
you
place.
don't follow that cycle and you want to go with the regular 9 to 5 job routine, then you're screwing it up. So, first of all, understand what you're getting into when you're signing up for a job like that. Second, set up your support system. Third, eating and food habits have to be proper. You have to focus on that, and then don't give up, because it's tough, but it's not going to last longer. You will end up getting a better shift.
And thanks, by the way, good suggestions for night shift women. And one more thing I would like to ask here, the present generation. They are choosing one career, okay, but beyond that career, they were unable to think about, I mean to say, future goals or vision or targets, whatever it is. Like, I want to be like 10 years, after 10 years I want to be like this, another 20 years and I want to be like this, because they were getting confused. So what kind of suggestions you can give for those kind of people? Because I've seen a lot of freshers, who are talking to me. They were asking one profile, one kind of a job today, and after 6 months again they are coming up, sir, can I switch over to this, and I have learned this, somebody told me this. So people are confused. But you likely said one word is no. Your daughter, she has chosen fashion designing. Similar way, they have to choose one and they have to go in that career, right? So here, especially this kind of freshers, no, they were actually confused.
One thing is, it's no longer the government job what our parents worked,
Correct.
like
That
30
that day is
years,
gone.
35 years in
That day is
one
gone.
office, clerical jobs, they were stuck. But
Correct.
it's not like that, because today, especially youngsters, have lot of opportunities,
Correct.
lot of temptations and peer pressure. The peer pressure is to such an extent that even if your friend travels for 2 years abroad for an education, immediately you start feeling that you're missing out something.
Correct.
So that kind of pressure is there. But what youngsters should understand is, am I good at what I'm doing, and where do I want to go next? So they can upskill, they can ask for job rotations, they can ask for new roles, but they should also be prepared for that. So if I want to be, from a designer, if I want to be a creator, I want to get into production, then I want to learn the camera techniques, or I want to be a content writer. Am I good at writing? Can I build that? So reskilling and upskilling is very important on the next career move. It's okay to aspire, but if you ask me where you want to be in the next 5 years, I think they should be able to answer that. I think that would happen only when they do a self introspection based on a career goal.
Career growth. Correct.
So they should find a mentor. Every youngster should identify a mentor or a sponsor in their field, and this mentor will guide them. This mentor will handhold them as they go in the long run. It's very important. I had a mentor whom I looked upon, how they worked. I wanted to be more like them. I wanted to follow their footprints. Mentors guide you. Mentors are not like coaches who come for short term solution, and mentors handhold you. Mentors tell you both good and bad. They offer positive criticism. Of course, youngsters don't like criticism, but if they could take the positive criticism and focus on limitations, I think that would help.
Correct.
So it's very important. They should find mentors, they should identify long term goals, they should be prepared for reskilling and upskilling, and just go thread the path. We never know. So, uh,
Correct. This is how they need to tune themselves, right?
yes, yes.
So if they want to perform in the
Just
market.
because you're out of a very good college, they come and they demand. It's okay, they demand, but are they really worth the demand? Is they should do a self interest. They'll come if we give an opportunity, but will they survive? That is also there.
That's good. Sister, one more question, but this is like for a elder, elder
Okay.
than us. Okay, I can say. I mean to say, there are women which whom I have seen.
Mm.
They've retired. Okay, because you have already seen some old age
Yes,
thing,
I've
right?
seen my mom.
Everything, and you anyway, you are already
Uh,
running a
ca-
charity old age home, right?
yeah.
So this kind of like after retirement, people are thinking that everything is completed, everything is gone. Oh, everything is gone. Now what to do?
I'm
What need to
happy
be?
to be associated
Yeah.
with a circle of friends, thanks to Rotary or Innoville or even Evit. Women who feel so energetic and so enthusiastic about life after 60.
They have to
They
be.
are ready to let their hair down and dance.
Yeah.
They are ready to explore new opportunities, start their second innings, and do it really well
With a more happiness.
with more happiness. For all that, again, the four wellnesses I spoke matters.
That
You
walking.
have to be physically fit,
Correct.
You have to be financially
Fit.
fit, mentally ready, and young at heart, and socially connected. I think once that is there, it doesn't matter if you retire. I think after retirement is where you have all the freedom. Your parents are gone, or probably your children are also
Married or
married
settled.
and settled, and they are no longer dependent on you. They don't want to be
Correct. Now
bothered by
present.
you. And is, that is the time I think women should focus on traveling. I have a family of my own, sisters, cousins, and aunts whom I have seen actually enjoying at later part of the career. So traveling, do pick up new hobbies. Atmalaya is there where a lot of elder people started
Correct.
picking up
Atmalaya.
dance.
Mm.
Then people going to gym. I have seen a
Meditation.
friend who worked with me in ABN AMRO now taken to marathon after 60.
Ah,
And
retired employees marathon.
yes,
Yeah, I've seen it.
yes,
Yeah.
and they're just loving it, and they're nailing it so well that we middle-aged people are now anxious. How are we going to get to that stage?
Correct.
So it's okay if you retire. There's no retirement for happiness, right?
Yeah.
How you make that and how you fill up your cup of happiness is in your hands. You
Correct.
can do coaching, you can do mentoring, you can do online tutoring, you can pursue a
Even they can
hobby,
learn also.
you can start art. Maybe if you didn't have time to do that, learn dance. Go and do everything possible in your old age. Don't be dependent on your children. Don't
No,
become
never
a
be.
burden. Don't become a burden for them. Don't expect. I think we are the only sandwich generation where we took care of our parents and we took care of our children. I think the next generation would
They don't
rather
take
be
care of
very
us.
independent comparatively. But yes, I think we have to learn to live our old age happily, peacefully. And thanks to the medical healthcare now, the lifespan has expanded.
Correct.
I have friends who are like 70 plus, 80 plus, who are very healthy, and they are living their good life. Probably because they had taken care of their health, they have taken care of their own mental strength and also financial abilities.
That's amazing because uh, the retired people they should not think that they have retired.
Don't give them the impression that they have to sit idle at home and read Bhagavad Gita. You still can read Bhagavad
That's
Gita, you can
generations
go to temples,
old.
have a nice spiritual life. Now spirituality is a major
Amazing. Correct.
this thing. Embark on the journey gracefully, and I think you should enjoy your retirement life. I'm really waiting for that.
So anyway, you are already well prepared for your retirement as well. That's amazing, actually.
I know what I'm going to do once I quit my full-time career.
Good, sister. So the finally, is if you want to say something to the since you are into Evit and you have seen many women who are working in IT, even other industries too. So what do you say? One single line, if you say to motivate themselves, what kind of word you can say?
I am a Libran and I try to be a true Libran. So it means you balance. You balance both your personal and professional life. How you balance is in your hands. So strike a balance and never give up.
Thank you so much, sister. And what motivated you to come to our talk show?
This is like talking in your family, this thing.
Yeah,
I was
correct.
super happy to know, Agilanoda name, Agilan Informatics.
Aglin Informatics. Yeah.
Agni and Lingam,
Yeah.
what a combination.
We have taken name from
So
Agni
I
Lingam.
think you will expand like the god of Tiruvannamalai, the
Yeah.
fire, and you should explore all
Thank
over
you
the
so much.
world.
Yeah.
And wealthy is again, I'm so happy because this is close to my heart, right? I'm trying to eat properly, sleep, have the proper things, because my daughter is an advocate of proper healthy eating habits. So Wealthy is definitely going to embark on a wellness journey at a large scale.
Large
So
scale,
I
correct.
really want, I was curious when I heard that Wealthy. Then I thought, what is this that you guys are
Wealthy is very
starting?
healthy.
Yeah, Wealthy is all about healthy.
Healthy, yeah.
So that made me happy. And of course, Social Collage, you guys are rocking.
Yeah. Thank
I
you so
can't
much.
believe that you are a young company,
Yeah.
and the way you guys are marketing, the way you guys are actually helping clients, it makes me feel that yes, as I told you, next 20 years I'll be feeling glad I spoke to somebody like Narayan Murthy 20 years
Thank
back.
you
So
so much, sister.
it
Thank
should
you so
grow
much.
more
Yeah.
than Infosys, and
Definitely.
I'm sure every good thing starts small, and definitely this is going to be the ocean that people
Correct.
are going to love to swim in. So all the very best,
Yeah,
and
thank you so much. Yeah.
congratulations once again for
Yeah, thank
taking
you.
this bold venture.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys are going to be very successful, because one thing, your very clear vision,
Yeah.
your objectives are clear, and you guys are amazing putting your
Yeah.
hard
My
work.
team is also it's a more
Especially
strength for
people,
me. Yeah.
people matters.
Yeah,
And
correct.
you, when you have a dedicated team of people who are envisaging the vision that you have, I think that's what makes business
Correct. Yeah.
successful.
And my
So
success is always, with my team only. So they are
absolutely
actually always motivating me every day. That's amazing because almost we crossed 50
great.
employees now today
Great.
within
You
5
will
months.
expand very soon to
Yeah.
5,000 people, a
Yeah.
big
Thank you so much.
facility.
Yeah. Yeah.
No wonder if you guys put up
Correct.
a big thing in
Yeah.
Sipcot kind of an area, no wonder I
Yeah.
will not be surprised.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sister. Thanks for
Thank you,
coming to
thank
our
you,
talk show.
thank you so
Thank
much,
you so much.
Kishore.